running on-premise, at other cloud providers, or in Azure. It then can go out and even deploy and install software updates, again, running on Windows or on Linux, basically on any infrastructure. And that really helps to avoid that Tailwind traders need to have different products depending on the operating system or the location that server is running. So that is where Azure Update Management comes in. And if we have a look at the architecture here, here's a quick architecture diagram, how that can work. You can see here on the right we have Azure, and then on the left we have on-premises or Azure VMs, really depending on where you run them. Now, what are you actually doing? We're taking Azure Automation and Log Analytics and have built this update management solution with these products. So we actually go out and install the Log Analytics agent, which then reports the update status to the Log Analytics workspace. The update management solution then goes through these logs and basically can find out, okay, which updates are installed on which specific system and which ones are missing. And then with the deployment part of the update, which I'm going to show you in a quick demo, you can actually go out and trigger the updates on these specific machines. And again, in different environments, again, we can use Azure, but in a hybrid environment, we have something called the hybrid runbook worker, which then actually will go through and trigger these updates. And you can even configure pre and post steps. So if you, for example, need to actually like run a script before you install an update and then run a script after the update is installed, you can do that as well. So with that, let's have a look at the Azure Update Management demo. Now here I'm back in Windows Admin Center, and then what I'm going to show you is I'm going to onboard my on-premises systems here running in my local domain, in my local data centers, in the Tailwind Traders data center. I'm also going to onboard one of the Azure machines, so you can actually see that we can then both see Azure VMs and non-Azure VMs side by side. Again, here I could also add machines from other cloud providers if I needed to. Again, it doesn't really matter where these machines are running. At the end, we can see them in a single pane of glass. So let's start and let's onboard one of these servers. Now I'm going to do that using Windows Admin Center. I'm going to the update solution or the update extension. There I can manage my updates locally. I can go and say, okay, install the latest updates. However, I want to have that centralized view. So I'm going to join that server to Azure Update Management. So I click on the server I want to join. I go to Updates. And here I can now click on Update to onboard the server to Update Management. I'm going to select the right subscription, the region for the Log Analytics workspace. I give the Log Analytics workspace a name. I give the Azure Automation account a name, and I create a new resource group or use an existing one. In my case, I have the hybrid RG, and then I'm going to click on Setup. Now what this will do is it will go out and create, in my case, a new Log Analytics workspace, and then it will install the agent on that specific server and join that data to the Log Analytics workspace. It will also create the Azure Automation account. Now in the meantime, let's go to our server running in Azure. We also can do that using Update Management. Again, do the same steps here to onboard that to Update Management. You could also join a server or a VM running in Azure directly within the Azure portal. You don't need to use Windows Admin Center in this case, but if you're using Windows Admin Center, you can do that as well. You can see here, I'm going to use the same Log Analytics workspace and Azure Automation account I'm using for the other machine as well. So basically then we get the single control plane. So this again will then download the agent and join it to the specific Log Analytics workspace. And if we go then to Azure, to our automation account and the update management solution, we will now see here our two machines here. One of them running in Azure, the other is non-Azure VM. And one of them is not compliant. So let's fix that and create a new update deployment. We provided the name. We can select